Good morning, Daily Dose of Dani Janers. It is Tuesday, and I'm in my office. I'm wearing a hat and a hooded sweatshirt. It's crazy times. I should put my glasses on because otherwise I squint, even though there's nothing to see. But then I look like a weirdo. My glasses are filthy. I can't wear them. They're so dirty. Let me see if I can try to clean them. Anyways, so I was up super late last night. Grace and I have been watching the little series on Netflix called All American. And season 2, we watched the last 4 episodes last night. And literally the last episode, Grace was standing up when it ended. She looked at me and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "What? What just happened? Oh my gosh." It was a real cliffhanger. Hopefully there's a season 3. I heard there is going to be, or it's already out, or I'm not sure what the status of season 3 is, but we're locked in. We're definitely going to watch it. My sister said she couldn't watch it because it was a little too 90210 for her taste, but I'm all 90210. So I was really vibing with it, and Grace loved it. I mean, there's some scenes of like football games. Grace was actually jumping up and down cheering, like it was really happening. It was hysterical. But she gets excited. Okay, I'm putting the glasses back on. It only makes me look worse. Like I look at myself and it's worse, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Look at how confused I am. Okay, so let's talk about some things. I got an email yesterday from Mark McGuire, I think his name is. He's our local representative. And they're doing like a town hall on Wednesday with the Sonoma County Department of Health. And he invited me to join and call in or email in my questions to try to get answers. So you know damn well I'm not going to be there, because the reason I'm not going to be on the call, I'm going to do my shit in advance, is because Wednesday at 6 o'clock, it's meditation with Melissa and Chad. I invite all of you to join us. It's going to be a really good meditation. It starts at 6 o'clock California time. So for my friends in Ohio and out there, North Carolina, Michigan, that's 9 o'clock your time. But what a better way to go to bed than to meditate. And Sandy, I think you can catch it at 8 then. If you need the link, ask me. But you can go on Facebook and search Hearst Wellness, H-E-R-S-T, Hearst Wellness. And you have the schedule for their meditations. So Grace and I are definitely signing in on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. We're excited to do it. So I can't do the town hall, but that's okay. My questions will be submitted in advance, and they can answer them, and maybe I'll find out if I get some answers. Coughing, excuse me. So I was watching some late night TV last night, and I heard the greatest thing. And for me, it was like really like ding, 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 like kind of a light bulb realization. If you've heard this before, or you've already felt this way, or you already figured this shit out, this will be boring, but so another person that I like is Trevor Noah. And he's on Comedy Central. He is a comedian by trade, but you know, that's always been such a bright show back when, what's his bucket did it? Who was the original guy that did The Daily Show with, I can see his face, Shitnit. I can't remember his name. Anyways, dark hair, cute. He's a New Yorker guy. He did it for years, and then Trevor Noah took over the show. But anyways, he was on Stephen Colbert, Late Night with Stephen Colbert. So if you saw it, then you heard this. If you didn't, then I'm telling it to you. So he was saying about his opinion of the clown in the White House, how everything that's happened since he's been elected has been self-created. Like all the controversies, all the weird shit, all the stuff that you hate about him was self-created by him or those close to him. And so dealing with the way he dealt with it was, you know, it like disappeared or whatever. It never amounted to anything because he created it. It was all self-created. This current crisis, this coronavirus crisis, is the very first thing that he has ever had to deal with as a president and actually solve a problem that he didn't create. And because of that, he's being revealed for the shitty leader, terrible businessman, inept, mentally unstable president that he is. And it's being broadcast on a daily basis, pretty much, for everyone to see. Now, if you love him, you still are seeing it. You can't not see what's happening. And if you loved him and voted for him and think, you know, my bank account looks good and da-da-da-da, you're just coming from that standpoint, you're still very disappointed with the way he's handling this current crisis. There's no way you can't be, because he's doing such a shitty job. And so many lies, and he just looks like a bumbling full face, because he is a fool. I mean, if you watch his presser yesterday, which was just laughable, and I did not watch it because I can't stand the motherfucker, but I saw some clips on the news and stuff, where he held up the swabs. He held up the coronavirus swab, and then he held up a Q-tip and said, "What's the difference?" So 2 things about that. First of all, I was trying to imagine any other president, and I was going back in time, in my lifetime of seeing presidents give press conferences. I mean, all the way back to Reagan, let's say. And trying to imagine any of the presidents previous to this dipshit doing that, saying, "Oh, I have a little something," pulling it out of his inside pocket of his jacket and going, "Should I open it? Should I open it?" Like a 5-year-old. It was so embarrassing. And then to say that they're exactly the same. I mean, he knows how the test is conducted, right? Because apparently he's had several tests on himself. So he knows that if the Q-tip goes in his fucking nose all the way back to the back of his throat, it needs to be long. So it's not the same as a Q-tip, you dumbass. Q-tip is also name brand for a swab. So there's that. It's like, I just hate him so much. He's so stupid. And he just broadcasts this stupidity. He's a clown. He's clowning around. He's clowning around where people are dying. So, yeah. Still nothing new on the testing front except the lies that come from him. First of all, test, test, test. What happens if you don't have to do somersaults, backflips, pre-call, pre-appointment, past 5 screenings to get in line to get a test? What if you just can show up and say, "Can I have a test?" What if that was the way that it was handled? I mean, I saw on the news yesterday that they were doing drive-up antibody tests with the finger prick. Now, of course, there's a lot of questions about the validity of these tests and, you know, where they're being produced and how safe they are and how accurate they are and if you're getting false positives. But it's something. And something is better than nothing. And right now, there's nothing. Every single person who wants to should be able to get a test without going through all these different levels of screening. There should be no screening. It's like a phone call. "Hi, can I get a test?" "Sure, go to CVS." "Hi, can I get a test?" "Sure, go to Walmart," or wherever the fuck the parking lot things are set up. Everyone who wants one should be able to get one. And I've been saying this for weeks, and I'm sticking with it. You need to be able to get a test. And until there's wide-scale testing, you cannot open the country for business. You can't have people gathering. It's just nonsense. Complete and total nonsense. The other thing that Trevor Noah said, which, you know, some people will find this shocking. Me, I was like a kindred spirit with this because I feel the same way. I am not struggling. I mean, I'm struggling, but like I don't have a problem social distancing. I really don't. I mean, I love my people. I miss my people. But I'm okay. I can stay busy. I have things that I care about. I listened to my book on tape yesterday and walked around my house and, you know, I'm fine. I really am. I'm okay. And Trevor Noah said, "I was built for this, man. I love this social distancing." It's like when it's a beautiful day outside and your friends are like, "Let's do something." And you don't feel like it. You want to just veg. And they're like, "It's so beautiful outside. You can't miss it." He's like, "Now I don't have to worry about that." And I kind of vibed with that a little bit. I mean, of course, I want to be alone. And he's alone, so he doesn't have the added pressure of all the people around him, like his family. And he said, "You know, I don't have kids. I'm not, you know," he didn't say burden, but, you know, he doesn't have to worry about that. He doesn't have kids or a spouse. I have both. And there are days sometimes hours, where I am contemplating their demise, and it's okay. That's just how it gets. I read this thing on Twitter that cracked me up. It said, remember the early days of quarantine where you had like your schedule all laid out for your kids, do this, do that. Now it's like, here's the iPad, 2 pounds of crackers, go to the basement. That is just funny, you know, really, that's how we feel. It's like, go do your schooling, here's some crackers, I'll see you later. Because you just don't want to deal with them, because kids, this is hard on kids. This is so hard on kids. I mean, if you have little kids, oh my God, I couldn't imagine this going on when my kids were little. I literally would have poked my eyes out by now, because my kids were very, it's not like they wanted to be outside, but they were very needy. And I mean, there's only so many books and crafts projects you can do. Plus, things can't be messy in my world because, you know, my husband's got OCD and everything's got to be perfect all the time. It's hotel living over here. So that hasn't changed with the quarantine. Everything's still pristine. If you come to visit, all the beds are made, all the drawers are shut, everything's perfect, the pillows are fluffed, we're ready to receive royalty, except it's just us. What else? So on Facebook today, my flashback photo was of my going away party when I moved from Ohio to Arizona. And my friend Susan threw a party for me and my friend Carol, because both our families were moving to Arizona. And it's the cutest little picture. And I showed the picture, it's in the comments, I showed the picture to my daughters a long time ago, you know, when it first came up as a flashback. And they said, "Where are you, Mom? You're not even in this photo," which I just thought was great. I'm in the photo, and I'm adorable and so skinny. And I remember that time like it was yesterday. It was after my sophomore year in high school, and I literally woke up every morning, thinking that I was fat. Not a day went by that I didn't think I was fat. I thought I had huge, fat legs, just like horrible legs. If you're on Facebook, you can see the photo because I shared it today. I was just reviled by myself. I thought I was the grossest thing going, and here I was, all of fucking 98 pounds or whatever. And now, my daughter, who's about to go away to college, said to me last night that she wants to buy a scale. We don't have scales. We don't run with scales in my house. And I was like, no. And she's like, I really want one, Mom. I want to weigh myself. It's the devil's workshop. Once you start weighing yourself, then you're addicted to that. Then it's like you wake up in the morning, you get your early morning weight, which is always low. And then you exercise and you weigh yourself again. And then you eat and then you weigh yourself again. The next thing you know, you've got an eating disorder. Or at least body dysmorphia, which I suffer from, have always suffered from. And I just don't want to put that off on her. But when I was watching All American last night with Grace, she's texting me and going, can you please order me a scale? Oh, I'm so stressed over it. I just don't want her weighing herself. It doesn't matter. Do your clothes fit? You're fine. Do you know what I mean? Like that has to be your measuring stick, not what the scale says. But are we giving birth to a new generation of teen girls at least, that are going to be obsessed with that? I just can't. But the other photo that came up on Facebook today, which was hysterical, is a photo of a bunch of guys. I don't know any of them, but I did recognize one of them. And he's handling his manhood in the photo, which is hysterical. And then I was thinking about all the different ways that you say that, like rearranging the furniture, adjusting the equipment, whatever. You know, there's a lot of funny things to say when guys are grabbing themselves. And why are there so many? Because guys are always fucking grabbing themselves. Guys like to have their hands in their pants or around their situation from the time they're little. It's like you check in to make sure it's still there. Where do you think it went? And why are you always touching it? I don't get it. I mean, you fall asleep that way. It's like you're guarding it. It's like valuable. Your hands are in your pants. It's just weird. It's weird as fuck. And I'm married, so I see it all the time. Whatever. Sometimes I make comments like, it's still there. You don't need to touch it. It's okay. I saw it this morning. I know it's still there. Anyways, what else? I don't know. We're on lockdown. Leah made a pumpkin chocolate chip bread yesterday. It's just not the time of the year for that. It kind of made my stomach upset just thinking that I was eating pumpkin in the middle of what's about to be summer. It's going to be so pretty today, 75. I just don't, I'm divided on what I should do. I mean, it's a walking day, so I should go do the Brush Creek Trail. I sound like a 2-year-old. But do I want to walk that by myself? I don't know. And Leah's like, can you take Lola? She needs exercise. I'm not taking that dog because I'm not going to be able to pick up her poodle poops when she poops it, because she knows she will. And peeing every 2 seconds. It's just not for me. And I can't risk being tripped. So no, I'm not going to take her. But Leah's got her own exercise regime, and Grace is doing a swimming, abs, jogging thing. So she's probably not going to walk with me. I mean, I could swim. It'd be good for me. I just don't know. We had dessert with dinner last night, and it was like a chocolate flourless torte, but it was so rich, and I ate it. I didn't eat the whole thing. You know, they were cut in little triangle pieces, but I ate a lot of it. I don't feel good about myself this morning. I woke up and my face looked all puffy and weird because I don't eat dessert. I'm not a sweets person. It's just not my thing. I'd much rather have salty. But then come to think of it, I did have some chips yesterday too, so maybe that's why I'm puffy. But we had fish for dinner. I don't know. It's complicated questions. You know, people are struggling with their hair still. Grace's eyebrows are unruly as shit. And she's like, Mom, can you help me? No, because I can't hold tweezers. And we can't risk asking Leah because fuck, Grace will end up with no eyebrows. I'll have to draw them on like Betty Davis. That's the kind of hatred that runs deep in my house. How can my daughters not like each other? That's so weird to me. I mean, I love my sisters. Yes, we went through our phases, but they never lasted long. My girls hate each other. I mean, they love each other like, I love you, you're my sister. But they don't like each other. They're not friends. They're not friendly. They don't say nice things. They don't look at each other nicely. I mean, Grace is a lover. In her world, everyone is nice to everyone and everyone gets along. She's just a pure heart. But Leah wears all of her emotions on her face, and many times her emotions are not positive. So Grace constantly feels scorned, and it just breaks my little heart, what's left of it. So anyways, it's hard to live through and be around. So I don't know what else. I guess I don't really have a lot. I just want to get a test, and then I want to get an antibody test, and then I want to find out who in my herd had it. There's just so many things that are popping up that are making me sure that a lot of us already had it. And, you know, some of these people that are desperately, desperately sick and they're in the hospital on ventilators, really desperately ill. And then you contrast that with people who potentially contracted it and just got through it at home, still really sick, but you know, they were either young or they couldn't imagine being sick, so they just battled through it and felt like shit. I mean, I know one person who had it once, maybe twice, sick, in the bed, no energy, so sick, upper respiratory situation. And she just battled through it. She just stayed home and got through it. And maybe she should have gone to the doctor, potentially even the hospital. But then my whole theory about the hospital is once you get there, whatever you came in with, they'll make you so much sicker. And I still believe that. But anyways, that's it, I guess. That's where we are. Tuesday. Don't forget the Prince tribute is tonight. Who doesn't love Prince? The Grammy tribute to Prince. It's going to be good. I love Prince. I can't believe he's gone, and he's been gone so long. It's like 4 or 5 years, right? Sad. Gosh, he was such a good performer. And, you know, a lot of my 20s, teens, 20s, and 30s, 40s. I'm old as fuck. A lot of my life, Prince was like the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm a Bruce person, 100% Bruce Springsteen, but so much Prince. And it was like you would get the album, CD, cassette, whatever it was. You'd put it in, you'd listen to all the songs, then you'd listen to them again, then you'd memorize them, then you'd create dance routines to them, and then you'd take that shit out to the clubs. That's how we all did it, right? Everyone did that. Oh gosh, it was a good one. I never got to see him in concert, and that is a real regret. I saw Bon Jovi canceled his summer tour. Good on you, Bon Jovi. I mean, what's going to happen when we come back into regular living? I just had a granola, yogurt, fruit parfait, and I still have a little bit of sweet in the corners of my mouth. I just licked it and it tasted good. It's filled with big, plump blueberries. God, they were good. Anyways, okay. Yeah, what's going to happen when we come back? Like, who has an idea of what it's going to look like? I think it's going to look like this. I think everything's going to be on TV. But there's not going to be any in-person viewing of sports. And are we okay with that? Oh my God, that reminds me of the other thing. So I don't know if y'all saw the graduation of the Air Force Academy up in Colorado. Did I talk about this yesterday? I can't remember because I talked about it all day yesterday in real life. And how they had all the chairs 6 feet apart and the graduating class was there and they threw up their caps at the end. We need that. I need that for my daughter's graduating class. It's a small enough class, we can do it. We can spread the chairs out. Boyd and I did the math last night based on the size of the football field. Stay with me. You can get 128 students on that field 6 feet apart. And I don't think there's that many kids in our class. And you can videotape it, and across the street from our high school is like a soccer field. You could set up one of those big outdoor screens, and you could have people in their cars, kind of like a drive-in situation, movie theater, and they could watch it on the big screen, but across the street in their cars. The other family members that aren't invited to graduation, I mean, everyone's invited, but only the mom and dad can be there because we're talking about 6 feet apart in the stands as well, watching the ceremony. I mean, I've got this figured out. Cardinal Newman, please call me. I've figured it out. I've already done all the math. I've done all the schematics. I've laid it all out. I can make it happen. I'm on the front end of the planning, okay? This is possible. The second we can do this. We can still keep our graduation date of May 30th. We can still do it then. Because with masks and social distancing, we won't be breaking any rules. Call me up. I got the solution, okay? Okay, that's it. I don't know, I feel exhausted, but I gotta buff up. It's a nice day. I gotta go exercise. Hit the trail, hit the pool. I don't know which I'm gonna do, something. Plus do my PT. Oh my gosh, you should see my PT routines. It's hysterical. I look like Jane Fonda workout. But I'm getting better, and that's what matters, okay? All right, I washed my hair 2 days ago, and I almost could bring my arm up to the top of my head without bringing my head down to meet my hand in the shower to wash my hair. It was a good day. It was a good day. My hair smells good. Okay, bye. Talk to you later. Bye.